Get those crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity. If we do nothing, our hope floats away. Get up off of that thing when it's voting.
How y'all doing?
And vote.
It is Tuesday, baby. It's time for another Family Blue Dot meeting, and I'm glad you're here. Boy, howdy, Ma. I sound different. Travis was in here. Our power went off. We just got it back on. That's why I'm lucky I'm even back on the air. But the computer had to restart. All that. Anyway, we're here. It's Tuesday, baby. Amanda Elliott was the first one to jump in. Michael Johnson, Deborah Douglas, thank you. Stephanie Dane and Jay is out west. Woo. He's riding the west. Outstanding. Stephanie, glad you're here. Bruce Preston is here. Jeanette Miller. The Remixtress is with us. Dorothy Tyndall, Curtis Wood, Smarty Bob. Hey, Smarty Bob. How you doing? Something sounds weird. Michael Foulbister's with us. Karen Van Wyck. Hello to you too, beautiful. Stringed Assassin is with us. Aaron Trombley's here. Karen and John Majesco. Man, John, I read, John wrote me a fantastic letter about what happens when you die. It was fantastic. I have to get into that. Mark Perkins is here. Thank you very much. Jeanette Miller, Raylene Allen, Dwayne Twizzle, and Donald Ware. Lorraine Barrett is here. Let me say, let me get on down here, find out where, before I get all that side. Oh, Victoria Osborne, thank you for being here. Anyway, baby, it is Tuesday. I assume, since nobody out there is saying, damn, John, you sound weird, whatever I'm hearing is just me and not y'all. Something in the settings, I'm sure. Anyway, baby, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's rather big Tuesday, baby. It's Primary Tuesday. This evening we're gonna see the results of primaries across the country, from Arizona to Michigan to Kansas, Missouri. Baby, all right, Bernadette says they sound good, so there you go. Thank you, baby. Today's the day. We're going to see the results of a lot of Trumpers on the ballot. A lot of the let me get my shit together. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by all the technical issues we just had. It's a battle, it seems, between the Conservative Party and the Maggot Party. We're going to see who wins. You know, Mike Pence was out there campaigning for some. Donnie's out there campaigning for others. Well, today's the showdown, baby. We're going to see who wins. Where's the Republican Party going? And who is going to have control of it come November? And so today that will play out. And I know how I'm hoping it goes, but I don't. I don't know. I'm really looking to see the story come out of Arizona where there's just so many batshit crazy candidates coming out of the woodwork. It's not even funny. The other news today is about the Defense Department. And more news about messages on phones that just keep disappearing. This time it's Trump-appointed Department of Defense officials. When they left, it seems their text messages and all that seem to have just been we forgot. We deleted them and we forgot all about it, and it's the same bullshit. And I don't know how much deeper this is going to go, but it's another indication that this country's got to pay attention to, of just how deep and dark this insurrection went, and the people it infected. It looks like within the Secret Service, within the Department of Defense, hell, all across our institutions there were maggots put in place. And yeah, we've got work to do. Anyway, let me see if I can get my shit together. Oh man, where's my mouse? There it is. Let's see if anybody wants to. Let's see if I can get somebody up here to share the microphone with me and discuss the day's events. Let's yeah, right before, I don't know, maybe about 5:30 my time, boom, power goes off. Well, shit. Right about 6 o'clock, it comes back on, and then by that time we have to reset the computer, and Travis has to come in here and reset all the settings, and so yeah, caught me off guard. Bernadette, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Today.
Good. Something worked.
Taking it easy in the kitchen today.
Oh, shit. I'm telling you, what a day. What a day. How'd yours go?
It's primary day all over the place today, and
It is.
I was reading an article earlier that the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania came back and said that they've been having some debate over there as to whether voting by mail is constitutional or not. So their Supreme Court said, yes, it is constitutional. So,
Well, there you go.
There you go.
You know how my day started?
I don't. I was not there.
With a busted eye and a bloody nose.
John, who's beating you up in your sleep,
You should see the other guy, though. I look pretty good.
Okay,
No,
good.
no, I woke up this morning and Vicky, she's excited in the morning. We get to sit together and everything. And I went to go sit on the couch, and I was bending down to sit on the couch at the same time. She was jumping up. Her head collided with my eyeball, and man, I'm telling you, I've got a eye socket up there that's just killing me, and my nose started bleeding like it. They put me on that new medicine, that blood thinner. Wow. Boy, howdy shit.
Every little bump and bruise is like,
yes,
a fountain.
It is. It's getting ridiculous. Anyway, I'm sitting there this morning. Looks like I'm bleeding to death. Looked like there was a murder happened in the bathroom somewhere.
You got to keep some Band-Aids in your back pocket, right?
Yeah, shit. That's what happens when you get old. Anyway, we'll make it through it. We're doing fine now. David, how are you?
And right before airtime, one thing I do want to say is right before airtime, I was watching the Senate vote on the PACT Act, and it looks like it's going to pass.
Yes.
That was what I was seeing right before we went on air. So
yeah, that's a backlash coming from what they got when they turned it down. That was the Republican Party getting slapped and put in place, and we need to keep that shit up.
Yeah, slap those fuckers.
Slap those
John,
fuckers.
Give them a couple of slaps for me, okay?
There's a couple of them.
There you go.
There's one for David, too. David, how are you doing?
Hanging in there. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine.
Well, besides the obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, my nose is sore. My eyeball is sore. I'm telling you, buddy, I was in bad shape this morning. I'm still wanting to sit up here and cut my eye in my right hand. Whine
it's almost impossible to be mad at the dog,
Are you still whining about that? Yeah, Tony, it hurts. Well, shut up. Okay. That's how I get treated around here. Ain't that sad? No, that's not what she says. Let me thank Linda Gallup, who just came in with a $10 donation and said, just voted blue in Missouri, voted for Democratic candidate Lucas cunts, and let's keep our eyes on Kansas. Vote tonight, baby. We are. We're watching it because there's a big vote in Kansas tonight. Linda,
Big vote in Kansas.
thank you very much, baby. We appreciate the hell out of that. Big vote in Kansas because they are putting abortion on the
ballot.
On the ballot, baby.
Yep.
On the ballot.
On the ballot.
So
tonight.
And that
I cannot hold out much faith for Kansas on that.
No, I'm thinking, Kansas is pretty conservative. There's a good chance that, we're going to see
John,
because.
I got some news for you guys.
Well, we'd like news.
Conservatives.
Wait, is it good news?
Conservatives. Here's the news.
Okay.
Conservative and Republican women have abortions too.
No.
Yes, they do.
Breaking news. Shit. Go figure. Everybody gets into that race, baby. You know, it doesn't matter if they're Republican or Democrat, if they're conservative or liberal. If there's a problem in the pregnancy and it needs to be terminated, well, that's what has to happen.
Yeah.
And for any court to sit in judgment of a woman is just disgusting in its own manner. Anyway, hey, Mark.
Hi, John.
How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you today?
I am doing better ever since you walked in the room. I'm glad to see you.
I'm very glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here, brother. I am. How's everything going in your life?
Well, other than the way the other elections and everything are going, everything's just fine.
Good, good.
I have a poem I want to share with everybody.
Go ahead.
This was written 32 years ago.
32 years ago?
Yep.
All right.
It was untitled. It's political. It says, "Stand up and fight for what you believe. They shan't take our freedom like common thieves. Passive and quiet, not willing to speak out. Let your voice be heard and do it now. We are the people, we make the rules, but not when we elect ignorant fools. Honesty and fairness, they are no more. A politician for the people we need on the floor. Someone who will listen, someone who cares, someone who will try to always be fair. A person who believes we are the best, who's willing to fight against the rest. No new taxes, no liars, no cheats. Someone unwilling to accept defeat. A person who understands our problems and our rights, who won't change face in front of cameras and lights. There are nations at war and nations at rest. There are nations willing to fight with the best. We need a leader who can show them the way and take them through the challenges of every brand new day."
Outstanding. Who wrote that?
I did when I was a Republican 32 years ago.
Wow.
Thank God I'm no longer that. I realize now my values are not the same as my parents.
Yeah, we go through changes in life, brother. But life makes us go through those changes.
Some changes are really, really good.
It's what we experience in life a lot of times that sets our moral compass.
Hey, John.
Yes, dear.
Not to cut you off, but I am getting some messages in the YouTube chat that your volume is a little low. So
My
if you
volume
can turn
is a
your
little low.
pot up.
All right.
Yeah.
Watch how I fix this.
Travis. Mark is an incredible poet. Incredible poet. And,
Thank you, Bernadette.
Dude, I've seen your writings, and you're very good at it. And believe it or not, if you wrote that over 30 years ago, and it still applies today, we need to do some changing in this country.
Exactly. Start getting more people who are Republicans like me to realize they made a mistake.
And we're in the season to make some changes. So come on, Kansas, make some changes. Come on, Missouri, make some changes.
Hold on, I'm going to soundproof room. Let me see if my tech guy's still here. Please
All
continue on the conversation.
It's primary day, and for those of y'all getting out there and doing your civic duty today, I want to say thank you to you. And let's change this country, because we obviously need to see the change. We need to see the change. So get out and vote, y'all. It's election day. Oh my goodness, and John is off the screen. Ah! Don't push any buttons. So, I can't bring anybody else into the room. So, Mark,
Yes.
you wrote that as a Republican or as a new Democrat?
No, I wrote it as a Republican. I wrote it in 1990.
Wear your headphones.
Wow.
Alright. Now, who's having trouble hearing you?
Huh?
Who's having trouble hearing you?
YouTube.
YouTube is having trouble hearing us.
YouTube.
Yeah. This is a test 1, 2, 3, 4. We're testing out the. Let's see if. Oh, that sounds better in my headphones already. It sounds
Gotta
louder.
love live.
Gotta love live, baby. Luckily, my tech guy is here.
Discord still hears you okay?
Yeah, y'all still hear me in Discord all right?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
There you go. And somebody on YouTube tell me in the chat, does that sound better? It sounds better in my ear. Go get it. Amanda Elliott says that's, Scotty B says it's better.
All right.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
I'll see y'all later.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Love you.
Love you too. We'll see you in a bit.
All right. See? He's still breathing. He's still
Yep.
alive. I haven't beat him to death
And don't
yet.
forget to let that tech guy he needs to get in touch with the tech girl over here waiting to hear from him.
I will remind him of that. As a matter of fact, he'll call you
Okay.
this evening. I'll make sure.
All right.
I'll make sure.
All right.
Because you still having tech issues there? We'll get that resolved.
Yeah.
There we go. Everybody's
Thank
saying it sounds good now. All right, now back to the rat killing. What rat was we killing? Oh, yeah. Republicans. Always there.
Former Republican.
Former Republicans. No, we're not going to get. Mark, I'm just so. That was a great poem, buddy.
Thank you.
You know, it's amazing when we stopped. You know, today, I'm way behind on everything. I got a letter the other day from John Majesko, and I sat down this morning and read the letter. And man, he writes so descriptive, and it was about an experience in his life, and that's what we were just talking about. It is life's journey that teaches us who we are, gives us our moral compass, gives us our boundaries in life and all that stuff. Everything that we live, everything that we are raised with or go through, somehow contributes to who we are. So, boy, howdy, I'm like John. I'm lucky to be alive, and I'm glad I'm alive.
Yep.
So, but every one of us, I'm sure, have stories that are in our life that could say the same thing. You know, remember that moment in time when you damn near didn't make it. So, you know. Anyway, anybody seen the results yet? It's only 6:30
No.
here. We ain't gonna see no results in
but-
Arizona until later tonight, and that's the one I'm really kind of interested in, just to watch the pure entertainment of who's going to come out on top, Mike Pence or Donnie, and it's going to tell us something. This race will down there, and as a matter of fact, all over, with the Trump candidates running, those that are just still drinking the Kool-Aid.
And there's a bunch of people out there still drinking the Kool-Aid. It's so
Yes.
hard to believe with everything that's going on. Speaking of fuck Trump.
Oh, fuck Trump! Did you say fuck Trump?
I did
I
say
don't know if
fuck
you can
Trump.
say fuck Trump on here.
I
I
say
think
fuck
we
Trump.
can. I
Okay.
think I hear you say it all the time.
See?
Fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump? Ah, okay. I was just
Okay,
checking.
check this out.
Not with mine though.
This latest move with him burying his first ex-wife on his property, John, that one pisses me off. What he has done is he is using that golf course, Bedminster, the one where he's holding the Saudi Arabian
Yep.
golf tournament.
Yep.
He has it now labeled as a
Oh, Tracy.
cemetery. So he doesn't have to pay property tax on his cemetery. And because it's listed as a cemetery, if he goes to court and has to file for bankruptcy, it can't be taken away because it's a
It's
cemetery.
a cemetery. Hey, guess where?
I want to know
Guess where all his
who
kids?
in the wait a second.
Yeah.
Who in the fucking New Jersey allowed this shit to happen?
Yeah.
Y'all see this shit coming?
Didn't he have to get a permit to bury her there? I would assume.
Yes.
What
Yes.
county official? What state official
Did
approved that?
happen? Exactly.
And how much money did you make on that? Are you shitting me? Yeah, you know, we haven't talked about this, but yeah, she's right there by the first tee, I think they said.
Off the first tee.
Right off the first tee.
Looking like a stand trap. Okay. No sod on top of her open gray, and a little teeny tiny 8 by 6 inch piece of marble with her name and some dates scribbled on it. Not even a fucking headstone.
Boy, that is shit.
And here's the thing. Those
There you
fucklings
go,
that
Tracy.
they had
That's what I
together,
do. Huh?
they allowed their mother to be buried there for the sake of their damn father.
Yes. Tells you something about the whole family. Shit,
These
them little
people-
brats better hope they make it, or guess where they're getting buried. Shit.
John, that is so fucking
That is some
low.
fucked up shit.
This
That
man
is just-
has not scammed America enough
If he
and
has
has
not-
avoided paying taxes. He's criminal on every level, and he should be in jail.
Every level, every moral fiber of his body is purely corrupted. All his life. You know, as he started out young in life being a brat, if you read about his childhood, he was handed every fucking thing. And then he draft dodger, and when it came to the draft, I got bone spurs. At the same time, he's playing tennis and baseball. But don't worry, bone spurs don't get involved with there. But you know, all his life, his business life, his marriages, his social life, everything points to a con man, corrupt asshole, and they just love him. They just love him. These maggots are probably out there laughing their ass off, saying he's smart, Brayer, right there at the golf course.
Yeah, to his maggot clan,
yes,
he's godlike, and they worship the hell out of his. And
Isn't
Lord have
that
mercy,
disgusting?
when they showed this man with no orange paint on.
Oh, did you see that picture? Yeah.
He looked like he got cancer all over his face. I'm just saying.
Oh, shit. I'm telling you, man. Who just said
Lord
that? Somebody just said something about farm break. Let me see. Oh, I missed it. He's also has goats on the property so he can get a farm tax break. I wouldn't doubt it. Anything he can do. But that's the Republican mind. That's a conservative mind anyway. They screaming about patriotic shit, so they're the first ones to screw this government over. Are you shitting me?
This man hasn't paid taxes for as long as we have memory. Okay, he ain't never paid a tax, and yet he continues to rip this country off left, right, and in any which way he can.
Oh, wrong ass. Smart ass. Wait a minute, I gotta get it right. Smart ass. Where'd Martha's come right now? Smart ass squad. It's called a trifecta of tax avoidance. There's no minimum of bodies required to qualify as a cemetery. Income and sales tax can all be avoided for cemetery purposes. Boy, howdy shit. When's he gonna start up?
And what about all the money he's making off of this fucking golf tournament?
Shit. There's no moral compass
John,
in him. There's nothing
Jesus
about
Christ,
him. How can the maggots, these conservatives, you know, the ones that are voting tonight in Arizona or anywhere else, stand up and proclaim him to be anything except what he is? How can they not see this? It's obvious as shit. You know, who he is, what he does. They don't care.
He didn't even like that woman. He did not even like that woman.
No, I'm telling you. If there's a dime to be made, he's going to sniff it out. If there's somebody else that can pay his bill, he'll get them to pay their bill. You know, that's
Unless
the way
we
it is.
forget, this was the wife that accused him of rape, but she did later rescind it, but she did accuse it.
Yes. You think she was wrong? I don't.
Motivation for burying her in the sand trap?
Know. You know, I remember the day he really came into focus to me. I mean, the first time I went, boy, well, he's an asshole, was when he was on Howard Stern. We were watching Howard Stern. He's on there, and he's talking about Ivanka. And Howard Stern is egging him on And to say that, she's nice looking, she's a nice piece of ass. And would you classify her as, yes, I think she's a beautiful piece of ass. Really?
Interesting.
Your daughter. Really? And if he could, he would. And if he ain't, I'd be surprised. That has been written in his life ever since you see the pictures of when he's laying on her bed with a robe on or some shit. Really? You disgusting
It's
turd?
disgusting.
I wouldn't want something like that advertised. Even if I did do it, which I wouldn't do it in the first place, you asshole. It's...
Let's not forget that Jeffrey Epstein was his friend.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, they were buddies. Of course, he's not around to tell the tale anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There still is somebody who can tell the tale, though. I just wonder how long it'll be before she writes a book. It's coming sooner or later, where she confesses everything. Let me send out another big thank you to Maria in Betancourt. Maria came in with a $10 donation and said, Trump isn't ripping this country off. The country and the GOP is allowing him to screw the USA without Vaseline. Indeed, baby, and if they have their chance, they'll let him do it again. Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much. Where's my mouse go? I keep missing shit. Yeah. It's this is going to be a test, the Republican primaries tonight, on just how far and in what direction this party is going to go, because it's going to impact us. It's going to impact this whole country. Hey. Oh, no. Another problem I must fix. Y'all hold on just a second. Isn't this night just full of technical difficulties? We'll fix it up. Anyway, where were we? Y'all still there?
Okay. Yes, we are,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we do have hands up in the audience. So.
Let me see. Oh, look at there. Let's get Misha Chick up here. Let's see how this goes. And there she is.
And
Good
there
evening.
she is.
And there she is. How are you doing, Miss Chick?
I'm doing great. I voted right after work. I was number 545.
Number 545.
Yeah,
Outstanding.
it's a small
Outstanding.
precinct.
So what's the feeling up there?
I don't know if anybody has any feeling in my local area right now, because polls don't even close till 8. So it'll be a while before we hear anything.
Yeah.
And the majority of the battle is on the Republican side amongst themselves.
Yeah, there are Democrats, I think, on the ticket tonight.
Oh, there are, but
Yeah.
they're not. They don't have opposing people, which is great. I mean,
Yeah.
they're like
It's not the
there's
battle
one
that the
Democratic-
Republicans are having.
right.
Yeah.
There's like 5 in each category. It seems like, and yeah, they're battling it out.
Well, we know who Donnie Boy is backing up in Missouri. He's backing
In
Eric.
Missouri.
Did you see that little story? You did?
No.
Yeah, I think it's Missouri. I believe it's Missouri. It's Missouri. It's Eric Greiton and Eric, some other guy.
The other Eric.
The other
is
Eric. There's two
endorsed.
Erics on the Republican side, and Donnie put out a tweet or a message today saying that he supports Eric in Missouri. Well, which one?
That's vague. Yeah.
That's a pretty safe bet.
And they claim to do that on purpose because
He
he
doesn't
couldn't
want.
remember anybody's last name.
Unless it's Trump, he's not interested in any last names.
Exactly.
Let me thank my next door neighbor, Tracy Tobias, who came in with a $5 donation and said, I would like for you and the family to go on a fishing vacation, John. Me and you both, I think I need one. I really do. I need to take some time off and recharge the batteries for a while. I don't know. Sometimes I just can't slow down. Don't want to. Got things to do. Got shit I got to take care of. It's always an
You're
adventure
healthy,
around
and your
here.
family are one of them, John, that
Yeah.
things you need to take care of. So
Yeah, well,
let's keep that in mind.
As soon as I have one of these days when I can turn over all the worries of the bills to somebody who really gives a shit, then I'll take a break. Until then, it's I got to worry about all that shit.
I understand.
Yeah. Anyway, nah, it's fine, baby. We're doing for call. Just boy, howdy shit. Them long pauses just really speak volumes, don't they? Let's look at there. Let's I see some more hands. Hell, let's just have a party up here is what we need to do.
John, I'm gonna bow out so you can invite more people in.
Well, Mark,
I just wanted to share that poem with everybody because I did think it was rather pertinent to what's going on today.
it is, Mark, and I'm so glad you came in, brother.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Everybody have a great day.
All right, Mark. Take care of yourself.
Everyone? How is everyone?
We're doing fine. Asgard, how are you?
I'm good. I'm playing Star Trek Online. It's kind
Are
of
you?
World of Warcraft for Star Trek nerds.
Ah, there you go. Well,
So if you hear phaser sounds in the background, I'm fighting Klingons.
you're fighting Klingons. Good deal. Jorge, how are you?
Oh, we're doing fabulous, John. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, brother. As Andy would say,
I'm
like a hair in
gearing
a
up.
biscuit, brother.
Gearing up for the big August medical run and having my cataracts done this month.
Well, oh, shit. Well, then you should be able to see a little bit better after you get that done, right?
That's what they.
That's what they
tell
say.
me, you know.
Well, damn. Good news then, brother. Get all that shit
I-
fixed.
I kind of got used to everything being kind of warm and fuzzy, and it's all gonna be bright and stark again. I don't know.
Man, when I woke up this morning, all I could see was tears running down my face, along with a lot of blood. I'm telling you. Yeah, I got whacked by my dog this morning.
Oh, jeez.
Head butted, just really bad. And
Did you forget to feed them on time?
no, it's just one of these things in the morning. She's happy to see me. I'm happy to see her. Oh, come here. I'm going to sit on the couch here. Come see me. And I'm sitting down on the couch as she jumps up. And I have 2 small cuts around my right eye. And
Whoa.
and my nose started bleeding. And I've been on blood thinner, so I've got blood streaming down the cheek
Yeah,
of my
I'm on
face,
those.
around my mustache,
Sorry,
getting
Scott,
into my
sorry.
beard, and coming out my. Yeah, it was pitiful.
Oh, and
Somebody should have called the cops. There's a murder going on somewhere. What's that, Escar?
me and my girlfriend broke up today, so
Today? I thought
I'm
you.
sorry to hear about
Yeah, I'm
that.
sorry to hear that, brother.
eh.
Yeah.
I tend to take Willie Nelson's philosophy to love.
To all the girls I've loved. What's that? Huh?
Yep, basically, yeah. I'm grateful for the time I got to be their boyfriend, and I wish them the best. We parted on amicable terms.
Well, good. Good. Friends in
We're
life are
still
hard to find,
friends, it's-
brother, whether
yeah,
they're
it's just-
girlfriends, boyfriends, or just friends in general.
Yeah, I
Appreciate
don't
them while you
consider-
have them.
I'm not one of those weird asshole-y guys that thinks that being a friend is a downgrade.
No,
I think more of it is a lateral move.
it's more of an acceptance of the relationship itself. You don't
Yeah,
want to. You
she's-
don't want to go
was-
that direction, but you don't want to leave the whole thing behind either.
Yeah, she was busy, life's complicated, and she didn't have enough time for a relationship and her studies.
So, well, you'll
And
find a
I can
balance.
understand-
Everybody finds a balance sooner or later. You know,
Yep, and who knows what can happen in the future. Maybe
that's
we'll get
true.
back together.
That's true. Miss Wright could come be walking through the door, and next thing you know, you're off on a French Riviera vacation somewhere. You know, it could happen. It could happen. Tell me it couldn't happen. Let me
I'd
think.
forget a French Riviera vacation for a Star Trek cruise.
I could go down to the Texas Riviera, which is only about 50 miles from my house, so it ain't far.
Well,
Let me send out
Well,
thanks to Mage Prime STEM Realm, who came in with a $2 donation. And oh, look at this. It says
yeah, my
puff
current
puff.
project.
The message
sorry.
says that's all right. The message says puff puff pass, Seaman John. LOL. Wow.
John,
Yes, dear.
we have Blue Dots, Leanne Greyer, and Lorraine Barrett saying that the Senate just passed the PAC
The PAC
Act.
Act. There you go, baby.
Good.
Good.
Yes.
That didn't take long. It didn't take long
Yes.
after we after it pointed out to them
after
that,
they've
yeah,
were berated
But
as
the
being
people need to
student
remember that shit.
humiliated Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz is a
Yeah,
humiliation
even
all by
Ted
himself.
Cruz voted for that shit
Ain't he?
this
Ted
time
Cruz is the
around.
one out there fist bumping on the floor. Look there, we defeated
Yeah,
them.
but
We
he
got
voted
them
this time
assholes.
around.
Yeah. Now it didn't take long because they knew in a heartbeat. The minute the news hit the airwaves, they knew they fucked up. They knew
Oh,
they
and
did.
John,
Yes.
one thing I'm thinking is that one thing that Biden is infinitely better at than Trump ever was is the ability to play three-dimensional chess with these assholes while they're playing checkers.
Yeah, he made Biden is making some real impacts. I noticed
And
today
one
that.
of the things,
Go ahead.
one of the things I think he's going to end up doing next, and the reason he's been holding off on doing this, the student loan thing.
Right.
I think the reason why he's been holding off making a decision is because he's actually going to forgive student loans and drop it right before the election. Basically make it a referendum on whether or not they want to allow the Republicans to take control of the Senate and fuck everyone.
Well, that's the battle, brother. That's what we're going on right now. The battle is this November. This is the most important thing. Who controls the Senate and the House? The Senate is more important, but we need to retain the House. It's going to be harder to do in the House because of the redistricting around the country. They picked up seats.
And I know
Texas
from
picked up districts and you're going to go red.
Yes.
One thing I've heard from a couple of friends of mine who used to vote Republican up until the Trump shit happened,
Right.
is that if Biden actually forgave student loan debt for a lot of people in my generation, that's a permanent Democratic voter for the rest of their lives.
Let's hope.
Because, like, I'm a perfect example. I've been fighting the education department for the better part of, 5 years now to get this shit expunged. Because I don't work. And,
Right.
I borrowed $15,000. If they don't forgive this shit, I owe the government $74,000 in student loan payments.
Boy, howdy shit. That's a lot of money.
That's
And
no.
it builds up interest.
There is a lot that we have to reform in this country. Education being one of the primary things. If we expect the future to be what we dream it to be, then the students of today they need that education, and now they're in that position of it costs, baby. It costs a lot of money to go to college, and it shouldn't. It should be
The main
paid.
reason it costs so much to go to college is for the same reason it costs so much to get health care.
The
It's
Senate
because
has
of the
passed the burn pit bill.
it's one of the things I actually studied in economics. Is the reason when I took my economics classes is the exact same reason why healthcare is unaffordable in this country is the same reason college is. The
Greed.
moment they made it a for-profit venture
You
and started
bet.
adding in student loans, the cost of a Yale education the year before student loans became a standardized thing in the United States was about $20,000 for a 4-year degree. After they started allowing student loans, that was when the cost of going to Yale without a scholarship skyrocketed.
And it has.
You know what year that was?
It was, I believe it was 78.
78.
Was when they started rolling out student loan plans, and they've actually found letters from the banks who basically bankrolled the first student loan programs as it being a form of permanent debt. It was designed to be a means of
Those loans
getting
are
people
backed by the government.
Yeah, and it's
It's basically the banks taking our money, making loans and getting interest on it, making money off of it. Why don't we just cut out the middleman, remove the banks, and just make the loan directly to the student?
What we should do is go back to what we did before student loans and go back to land lease colleges. Most colleges in the United States prior to the student loan system were actually owned by the states and were held in debt. And basically, as a means of those colleges not having to repay that debt, they had to take in a certain number of people for free, basically pro bono education, had to be at least 70% of their college.
Well, I'll tell you what. Right now, if the world was the right place to live in, a college education should be free. Just as it should be treated the same way as high school is, because that is the level of education that is required in this day and age. And if that is the standard, it's our tax dollars that support college communities anyway. I mean, our community colleges anyway. You know.
And you know what the worst? You know what the worst part about it is? You know what 90% of the student loan payments you make to a college go towards?
The interest.
Nope.
Yeah.
They don't. It doesn't even go towards your college payments. The colleges use that money to fund their sports programs.
Oh.
You're basically paying for them. 90% of your college student loan payments are going to pay so they can take advantage of college athletes.
Go look at any well, hell, don't even look at college. Go look at a lot of high school stadiums and facilities. Here in Texas especially, baby, you want to see some money being spent at a school, it's out on the football field, baby. Because that's Friday Night Lights, that's what it's all about down here. And there is big money poured into that. Texas politics is all about money.
Yeah, and if you go into their library, they've got like 5 fucking books, and 3 of them are falling the fucking apart and held together with duct tape.
It's they spend an awful lot of money on sports here in Texas. It is high on the agenda of a lot of people. This recent documentary they had, the Deep in the Pockets of Texas, people should check that out. It tells you how this state is run, and it's not far from a Russian oligarch system. It's the rich, in particular 2 rich individuals out in West Texas, billionaires who finance this state and determines who's going to be elected, who's going to run. And they pour money into those candidates, and they get on the ballot, baby, and they win. And they have a say.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had the opportunity, my ass would be sitting in Scotland right now, calling y'all and telling y'all how nice it is.
Well,
even though the weather is shitty.
Work on that. Work on it. Catman 56, are you in here, brother? Keith, I know you're there, brother. Jorge's right next to you. Reach over there and tap him, would you?
Keith, if you can hear us breathe.
Spocken says hi.
Oh, there you go. Tell Spocken we said hello. He's meowing
Everyone
around.
Says hi, Spock. He's watching the birds in the bushes outside.
There you
or as
go.
I refer to it, Kitty Cat TV.
Yeah, there you go. Cat TV. The window outside. Shit, mine ain't got to go that far. They sit there and watch Fred. We're sitting around there waiting on ours to drop kittens. We're waiting.
Aw.
Yeah, we're going to have kittens. Marcia keeps...
Tell the mom congratulations, I guess?
Yeah, that's what I'll tell her, okay? That's what I need around here. More cats. It's my own fault. I should have got her fixed earlier. I didn't think she's going to go messing around when she's so young, but...
Hey, the only thing that... there's only one thing in the life that more of improves, that will improve your life, and that is more of cats.
Oh, cats, dogs, animals in general. They enlighten all our lives. If you have one, you know what I mean. Nobody has to explain it. It's one of those little things in life that gives you joy. And a pet.
I know mine does.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and we had an interesting experience yesterday. I bought a little device to help me clean my apartment easier.
Oh yeah.
You know those Shark steam mops?
I'm not familiar with them, but.
Yes.
They sell one that has a scrubbing feature.
Right.
Where basically it has 2 pads on the bottom of it, and it acts like a mini version of one of those old floor waxers. But instead of putting on wax, it uses steam to scrub your floor.
Ah, there you go.
And I basically I got it kind of for free. Walmart screwed up my order and left it at someone else's door. I called, got a refund on it, and then the person who they left the shit at their door noticed my address on a little sticker on the groceries and brought them over.
Ah, well, there you
go. So I got like $300 worth of groceries for free, so I've had worse starts to a month. Yeah,
well, into every life a little sunshine shines every once in a while.
Yeah, so, and this steam mop was worth $120.
Damn.
Right on.
Damn. That
I,
better be
I'm
a good
looking for
mop.
a new steamer. It's a great way to clean your house without chemicals and toxic.
I use a little vinegar in the water, but
Yeah, well, vinegar's not going to hurt you. It's a natural thing. So
although Spock hates the smell of it when it's steamed, when the vinegar is being steamed. He
yes,
sniffed it yesterday. He
it-
looked at me like I committed a cardinal sin.
but vinegar is a great deodorizer and removes smells
How y'all
once
doing?
it's dry. So
Yeah.
he'll get used
And it
to
also busts up tough stains, although I don't have many. I keep my apartment clean.
Everything to politics to home tips. It's all right
it.
here.
Yeah.
You can find it all right here.
Hey, I want to know, how do you get that deal about the cemetery tax thing? I've
Well,
got a pet
here's the
cemetery.
deal.
Yeah.
Next time,
I
well,
want to know.
First,
Well, the next time a Republican comes to your house and asks you if you want to vote for Trump, you hit him with a shovel and you bury him in the backyard.
and get a tax
In a
break.
cemetery.
Get a tax break. Look here, I got a dead body back here. It's buried back here.
I have a quasi crematorium. I have a burn barrel out back.
Hey,
There you go.
there you go.
There
It
you
probably,
go.
you know,
Hey,
probably
then
qualifies.
we'll use that for tax purposes as a medical incinerator.
There you go.
There's no more disgusting story of who Donald Trump is than that right there. That's how much respect he has for his wife or his ex-wife
Yeah.
or whatever.
He's
Believe me, if
disgusting.
Melania goes too,
He's
she's
a tax
getting
write-off in her
buried
death.
right there. There is no there's nothing with that guy, I swear. But it's him. That's who he is. We all laugh and get a big joke out of this, but that's who he is. You know, as soon as we figure out who did 9/11, we get to the bottom of that. Well, there's so much stupidity within that man, so much obvious greed,
And
cruelty.
the thing that gets me is he missed a chance to hit the number 2 in Al Qaeda because he didn't recognize the guy's fucking name.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't
They
doubt
literally
that.
had him
Kudos
on
to Good Joe,
camera.
though, for reaching out the way he did. Now,
Yeah, they had him on Predator drone, a Hellfire missile pointed at his head, and Trump's like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Let him go.
the curious thing to me is, knowing the background of something, that is a missile that Hellfire missile was modified. Because
Probably want knife missiles.
oh, you don't want to take good Hellfire missile, baby. You'll take out that whole fucking building. It's a modified
Yeah,
missile, baby. It's on the same technical aspects of but they took him out on his balcony. They have video proof of it, and the only thing I can think of is, they have cameras on those things, on a missile. You've already seen footage on YouTube or something of some missile from missile view being slammed into a building before it just goes and it's all gone. I am sure
I'm
that the missile they fired at his ass had a camera on it, and the last thing it saw was his ass recognizing a missile coming out of the air. Some last attempt to turn and run, I guess.
I guarantee you, with the twisted sense of humor some of the guys I knew in the Army had, that shit's a meme in the Army by now.
I can just imagine the
Kerry just getting the confused face at a missile.
I can only
Just
imagine
kind of
the advantages we have nowadays, the capabilities that we're able to do, because that was the key. They wanted to take him out without killing anybody else in the house. No family members, no neighbors, no nothing. Just whoever's on that balcony.
They probably used one of the fancy ass knife missiles. You've heard of those things?
After the last disaster with the over-the-horizon missiles that they launched, they needed to have a clean shot.
And
Yes.
they had to have intelligence not only in the air but on the ground. Somebody had to.
They absolutely had intelligence on the ground.
Yeah. Well, he had $25 million price tag on his head. Surely somebody was going to go, hey, wait a minute.
And John, all I've got to say is I am convinced that
$25 million US.
Yeah.
Okay.
That goes a long way.
I am completely convinced that someone at Lockheed Martin that designed that knife missile is a D&D player, because someone had to be sitting in that room like, what can we do to make this missile more destructive? Put more explosives in it? Fuck that, put swords.
With the swords. the advancement in technology on how to kill people advances all the time, and there's new and dastardly ways we can kill people every day, I'm sure.
And I'm not kidding about that. The RX-8 quote-unquote nicknamed knife missile is literally a Hellfire missile with, instead of explosives, it has 32 tungsten steel swords that pop out of it like a fucking Ginsu machine.
And what, rolls on the ground and just cuts everybody up? I don't know.
No, it flies to the air and smacks into your ass and then turns everything between you and the wall behind you into gazpacho.
I would bet. With that many knives, I would bet. Well, let me thank Maria Betancourt, who came back with...
we need the... Go ahead.
Maria Betancourt came in with a $5 donation and said, "Can you please tell me what Trump did concerning his ex-wife or wife? What are y'all talking about?" Oh, Maria. Hey, thank you for the donation. Well, sit right back and let us tell you a tale of a dick named Donnie, who took his ex-wife and buried her at his golf club so he could take a tax write-off and not have to pay taxes on it because it is now classified as a cemetery. Tee up and let's play golf. You know, it is a sad story, Maria.
Ron, he didn't even have the presence of mind of having the sod removed so it could be put back.
Put back.
She
Yeah,
has
it's just dirt.
Patch of freaking dirt.
It's like bring in the
Same
backhoe,
crap.
dig a hole, throw her in there. Yeah, put the stone there, throw a flower on it. Let's go. Tee up. Let's go.
That's exactly
And
what
that's
Ryan
probably about
Commission
as
said.
much compassion as he had for her. It is. It's a sad story, but it's him. It has Trump written all over that story. That's
All over
exactly what he would do. And if
And
this
let's be honest. Let's be honest. I'm half convinced he buried her under the hole of the 18th green.
I don't know. It's just sad that that's where he would pick to honor his kid's wife, his kid's mama. You know, that's
He
just,
also wouldn't have done very well in his business things without her. She was the one that set him in the right direction.
Kicked him
She was
off.
the smart one.
And this is what she gets. Here's
Yeah.
the thing. Her children allowed this to happen to their mother.
There you go. Because
They
this
are
wasn't just his
slimy as
decision,
they
let's go
definitely
bury
is.
her up. This conversation had to go on between the kids. And what was that conversation like?
One of them, her daughter.
Are you
Her
shitting
daughter's
me?
husband got $2 billion from the same Saudis that are there playing golf right now. She allowed this to happen to her mama?
Yep. That's who they
Let's
are.
be honest. The entire family has the moral complexity of a fucking Rorschach test.
Yep. It is. It is to me that just one of those stories that just keeps on giving. If you put it in the long list, everything from Trump wine to Trump University, now you're gonna have Trump Cemetery.
There was a little small 8x6 little marble plaque with her name and some dates on it. On one end of the open grave, there was a set of flowers on the ground at the other end. So which one is the head?
Don Cheeto says they hated her. Let's get real. I guess they did. But Jesus, man,
Maybe.
really?
I mean, I've told my family when I die I want a Viking funeral, but considering that shit's illegal in my state, they might just have to put me in a unicorn floaty and shove a sparkler up my ass. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm torn between being carried through the street on a pedestal and just, or just, I'm more of a let's put me in a can and burn me up and, spread the ashes.
And so
That's
now
where I
everything that he sells that has anything to do with golf out of that fucking place, Bedminster, which is a fucking cemetery for his ex-dead wife, is the tax write-off for him?
I hope she haunts his ass.
If there's a God,
Nobody ever
right?
gets a hole-in-one in that
If there's
joint
a God.
ever again.
Watch, from now on, every time he goes to the 18th green and hits a ball, it bounces off a tree and hits him in the nuts.
that will be her.
I just wish you would raise that golf club and lightning would strike. That's all.
See, that's how come I keep saying, I'm sorry, there's proof there ain't a God right there. That's right there. Yeah,
No
chance she lifts that golf club up every time you turn around. Could just easily hit there right there, but nope.
And,
I'm just saying.
and during this
What
time
if-
that she died and was waiting to be buried at the golf course, he was supposed to give deposition in New York,
Yes, he was.
and he managed to get out of that because he was
Because he's
grieving.
grieving. He's grieving.
Yes.
Of course he is.
Right,
See him out there on the
grieving
golf
because
course,
he
grieving
plays
his ass
golf
off.
over his wife's grave.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Smart ass Scully. Yeah,
The man
grieving
is
so badly
slime.
he threw a golf tournament. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The man is
I'm sure
slime on
he's-
wet dog shit, okay? He's just slime.
But yet there's so many people that support his ass. Can you imagine that shit?
You know, what gathers on shit? Flies. What do
Flies.
flies lay? Maggots.
There you go.
There you go.
We've known it since the beginning. Lord have mercy. I just can't wait to see tonight's results. It's going to really determine my, I don't know, my next rant. I swear, if because some of these maggots are not only running for, Senate or governor, they're running for Secretary of State. People that are going to control the next election. And if they start getting elected in, what does that say? What is that? Who's that jackass down in Arizona? That lady? Shit, I need a play card going with all the names. The one that's already saying about if she doesn't win, it's because they cheated. If I don't win,
right.
What's her name?
I'm trying to think. I heard her say that
Yes.
just the other day.
She's already out there using that line. If I don't win, it's going to be because they cheated. Really, not because you
we've
suck.
heard that shit before,
Yeah,
huh?
but that's what their mantra is nowadays. That's who they are. That's
Yeah,
what's going
but
to
the
come
courts
if
have
Donnie
already-
runs.
The courts have just come back in Arizona and said that those idiots that were trying to lick the bamboo ballots or whatever,
Mhm.
there was no voter fraud in Arizona. There's not going to be any voter fraud in Arizona tonight.
No,
That Trump
but you
bag
can bet
bitch
your
is
ass somebody's going to
lose.
scream that there is.
Mm.
Yeah,
They're all going to scream it because that's their mantra now. Oh, if I don't, that was the game plan, John. It's been the game plan ever since Trump did it in 2020.
they better get their shit together. Because tonight's little twist on the PAC Act, the Veterans Health Care Act, should tell us all something. They're nervous. They're starting to see.
Another thing that Biden can check off of his list of things that he got
Yes.
done.
Yes, under his term. And there's been a list, baby. Starting with the infrastructure bill, all that shit that Donnie and them talked about the whole fucking 4 years they had an infrastructure. They never had a freaking plan except to steal money. Joe got it done. And although the Build Back Better plan is a whole lot less than what he started out asking for, we're getting it done with $390-something billion going to conservation, going to try to stop the pollution that is eating up this
Yeah.
country, and have Medicare being able to negotiate drug prices. Now that is something you just have to ask yourself. We're just now allowing Medicare to start negotiating prices
Yep.
with drug companies. Why has it taken it so long to get that bill passed?
Republicans.
Money.
Yeah.
That's the answer there, baby. Money. And lots of it.
Republicans.
And politicians who get the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's big pharma, baby. Like, it is. It's we're the only country in the world that does this to its citizens. Nobody else in the world has to pay such high drug prices. There's a limit on what they pay over there. Not what the market will bear. Oh, you're going to die if you don't get your pills, huh? Well, need some insulin? How much money you got?
And on top of that, in most other countries, generics are considered the same as the original,
Same as-
even if
yeah.
you make a minor change to the chemical compound, so you can't
There
just
is so much we could learn.
renew it. Yeah, like in Germany, it's considered fraud to do what most American medical companies do, where they just
It is
change
fraud.
a slight chemical in it.
It is. Jesus,
Yeah,
healthcare in this country is ridiculous. Unless you've
When I
got...
was over in Germany, there was a trial going on for a healthcare executive who worked for one of their pharmaceutical companies,
Mhm.
who I believe he got 10 years in jail because they were doing the same shit where they were taking a generic, tweaking it slightly, and then re-releasing it under their own name and pushing the generic off the market. And they came after them for like harming the welfare of the German populace or something like that. And he got like 10 years in jail.
Sorry, I got distracted by Leanne Geyer's comment. If you're a member of Bedminster, you can buy a burial plot, and if they're a member, you can pay the $20,000 a month monthly fee. Yeah, he's going to be selling plots. You watch. It's a cemetery. You want to be buried here. Healthcare in this country is just ridiculous. No matter which way you look at it, whether it be from the pharmaceutical point of view to the healthcare of what it takes to get a doctor's appointment, and you know, look at what we're fighting for, and we just got passed healthcare for veterans. If there's anybody in this country we should be pumping the iron for, is veterans. You know, Zis Boom Ba, the American flag, and all that shit. But it's not it. Money is the most powerful driver in this country.
Yeah, one thing that gets me is one of the one thing that I've never understood in Cuba, they actually have a vaccine for lung cancer that is 100% effective. It has never failed a clinical trial.
Yeah, well,
if you get,
they'll
because
probably kill the guy that came up with that.
No, the Cubans mass produce it. You can get it in other countries. All you have to do is ask for it from a German doctor. They send a little pamphlet to Cuba. Cuba mails them the fucking medicine. And it's just 3 injections over the course of 6 months. Permanently inoculates you to lung cancer from any cause up into including preventing mesothelioma.
Boy, howdy shit. I have not heard that. I did not know there was a vaccine against cancer. A vaccine against cancer.
Let's not forget that the reason why they came up with the COVID vaccine so quickly was because they were already researching vaccines for cancer, and it's the same technology that's used.
The mRNA. That's what that is. That was it. That's what was the breakthrough for the COVID vaccine. Is that had been researched for years and years and years. And finally
that's
it came.
What they used to make the vaccine.
And apparently, there are a couple of patients over in Israel that have been cured also of cancer.
I heard there was several cases in Israel. They were talking about how they take either your DNA or somebody else's DNA. I mean, the treatment is specifically designed for you.
For you, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. For your cancer in your body is what, and that is, I don't know if that's the result of the mRNA type thing, but I recall watching that. Evidently don't recall it enough to remember all the facts, but jeez.
The thing about the Cuban lung cancer vaccine is it's not tailored. It's a broad spectrum vaccine that works on pretty much every form of treatable lung cancer.
Well, see, Timothy's out there says, I think Moderna has an anti-cancer vaccine in their pipeline. I hope so. I hope, because cancer is one of the biggest killers in this country. You know, I have recently gone through a whole lot of tests. And for as long as...
You know what the funny story is behind why Cuba created it?
What's that?
They did a poll back in the 70s of whether they wanted a cure for lung cancer or whether the entire population would prefer to give up cigars and smoking. And they basically got a damn near unanimous fuck off when they asked about doing what Americans did with our smoking problem. Because the Cubans didn't want to give up their cigars. So instead, the country, instead of dumping billions of dollars into trying to convince people to quit smoking, they just dumped it into an RNA vaccine to make it so that the smoking wouldn't fucking kill you.
I don't care how they come up with it. That would be one hell of a vaccine if they can perfect that. I was saying, I've been through a lot of tests. I am surprised that they didn't find a nodule or something in me for as many years as I have smoked. And it really was kind of a surprise. that's not, you know, it could be, you know, it could be my heart, it could be affected in smoking on my heart, but nothing in my lungs. And I went like, really? Yeah, you want to check again? Are you sure? Surely, you know, it's fuck. I've been smoking all my life. I'm thinking you'd find all sorts of shit in there, but no, I came back pretty clean in my life. So I have.
Yeah, I had a similar conversation with my doctor.
Yeah.
He was like, "So did you used to smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah, about 4 packs a day." Of what? Lucky Strikes?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't that bad, but I'd gotten bad over the last 6 years. I started
When
really
I- when
picking up
was-
smoking faster as I started doing this show, just because every time you think you're going to hit that camera, you just go pop, 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 pop. And as soon as the camera goes off, you go pop, 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 pop. So those are
Yeah,
the,
like
you know.
my
I don't
favorite
miss it.
cigarettes
Well,
in
I
the
do
army.
miss it. Don't lie, John. I do miss it. I miss it every fucking 5 minutes. But I
Like,
don't.
my favorite cigarettes in the army, John, were the unfiltered Lucky Strikes. I went through about 4 to 6 packs of those a day.
No, I was never that bad. I've always been a Marlboro man. I started out with Pall Mall non-filter because that's what my dad smoked, and I could always sneak a pack or a few cigarettes out of his pack, and he wouldn't miss them. They tasted like shit. And then I saw the Marlboro commercial.
My dad
Yeah,
smoked Camels.
That's me. Cowboy hat and riding a horse out in the west. Ah, yeah, man, just give me a cigarette. And there I went. You know, it's,
I'm gonna lie though. One time we had a new
Sad.
guy on our unit who was one of those like alpha male and tougher than anyone types, and he bummed a cigarette off me one day, and I handed him one of my unfiltered Lucky Strikes, and the guy turned greener than the Grinch and
Yeah.
puked on his combat boots.
well, those are pretty nasty. I'm going to say, Lucky Strike non-filter. That's you got to be pretty hardcore, buddy. Let me ask you though, Asgard, have you ever heard of Picayune?
No, I have not.
Okay,
Uh,
there you go. Jorge, was that you?
Louisiana.
That's right, baby. You want
Yeah, Louisiana.
Picayune make a Lucky Strike taste like a fucking
Badass. Yeah.
menthol or these things were very small, smaller than Lucky Strike, only sold in the South around Louisiana, Mississippi, that area. Picayune cigarettes, and man, if you could choke one down, you're more of a man than me. I just
I'm guessing smoking one of those was like trying to deep throat a belt sander.
these things were. I'm just waiting if anybody out there in the chat
Oh, they were
recognizes
horrible.
that name. Diana
Horrible.
420, Forever 420 says it right. Puff cannabis is the best thing for you. If you're going to smoke something that is good,
I
it's
do
good
that
for your health.
far more than these days. I only smoke a pipe, and I'm still pissed they discontinued my favorite pipe tobacco,
What they
Prince Albert.
Oh, really?
They stopped making Prince Albert
Well,
pipe
just
tobacco.
take a bunch of cigarettes apart, bump in a can, get you some pencil grindings from a pencil sharpener, throw them in there, and mix it up real good. There you go, buddy.
There you go.
I watched somebody do that one time. Really, seriously. I worked in a pipe and tobacco shop. I think I've told this story before. I could look back in my life right now and imagine myself at 19 years old with this pipe in my mouth with an ass guard around my neck and a smoking jacket. Oh, sir, can I help you? I
Oh,
worked in
yeah.
a pipe and tobacco shop. I'm sure I really looked cute, you know. But looking back on my life, I think to myself, you look like
I'm not
an
gonna lie.
idiot.
There's probably pictures of me around here, considering I look like Gandalf with stone during the winter. Because 90% of the time, because I walk everywhere, I dress like a medieval peasant. I'm wearing a kilt, a linen shirt, a wool jacket, and a fur cape.
Yep.
And,
I'm
and
guessing
using
you're getting attention. I'm imagining people are taking notice, my friend.
And like, it's not uncommon to see me in the middle of winter walking in a full blizzard, wearing a long fur cloak, with a giant churchward pipe hanging out of my mouth like Gandalf.
Damn,
as I walk
dude.
to get groceries.
I just put a heavy coat on and jump in my truck. Let me call out Michael Johnson, who came in with a $3 donation, said they need a vaccine for cognitive dissonance. Fuck Trump. Yes, they do. There's a list of vaccines. We need one for dumbassitis, which seems to be what the Republican Party is ate up with.
One of the biggest things I've noticed Trump suffers from is correctile dysfunction.
Correctile dysfunction?
Yep.
Doesn't know shit?
Yep.
He suffers from dumbassitis. He suffers from a lot of shit. Vote for Eric. Because he doesn't remember their names. He has no interest in remembering their names.
Just anyone named Eric.
Anyone named Eric. That's fine.
Let's be honest.
There's two of them on the battle. They're both Republicans. Pick one. You know.
Let's be honest. He probably thinks people are voting for his kid because the spirochetes have eaten what's left of his short-term memory.
It's there's no hope for the man except for the fact that for some reason he has a grip on a large portion of this country. 25%, maybe 24, 23% hardcore maybe. So we're not talking about a lot of people, but it saddens my heart to know that we have Americans in this country who see this shit every day and still support him. I guarantee you, I put my...
John, they're brainwashed and I'm sorry, I'm just going to say this. They watch Fox Spews, so they can't be all that fucking intelligent.
Rupert Murdoch.
It's ignorance it's willful ignorance. Willful ignorance, because the truth is out there, information is out there. Anybody could go watch and listen. Anybody could have watched the whole January 6th committee meetings.
It's not willful ignorance, John. It's weaponized ignorance.
Yeah.
No, it is willful. You can't tell me that these people don't want to do this shit. It is very willful. This is what they choose to do. They choose to follow his ass because they think that he's the greatest thing since sliced fucking white bread.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
What I'm saying is
they choose it because he tells them what they feel in their hearts.
Yeah, as I said, it's not willful. It's weaponized ignorance.
It's not weaponized. It's very deliberate. They know exactly what they're doing, and he knows exactly how to keep them fired the fuck up.
As I said, weaponized ignorance.
I was just checking because I guarantee you I went on my let me see, I got 1,000 views on it so far on TikTok. There'll be in the comments on TikTok, there's always Trump 2024 or when I talk about the January 6th, when are you gonna get some real evidence? You know, it's like you can't tell them anything.
Well, Fox Spews.
Fox Spews, bullshit mountain. That's exactly what it is. You know,
it's what you get when the only thing they watch is infotainment.
But they have they have the option. There are other sources of information. They just choose ignorance.
That's right, John. They follow him because he speaks to their heart of hearts. It's how they feel.
It's his hatred that the red meat that he throws.
And he opens his mouth and says how they feel. So they choose to follow him.
Yeah. So if you see a Trump supporter
and they're angry,
you can just about bet your ass they're racist, bigoted, misogynistic assholes. You know, that's the way I look at them.
That's how they keep
I don't look at them as, oh look, there's a patriot. No, that's not the way I'm looking at you.
Oh
no.
And they only have themselves to blame for that
people who
shit.
are going up and getting these long-term prison sentences finally, and they say, oh, I came up here and I did this because Trump told me to do it. As if they have no fucking brain of their own. It's what
like they didn't have a choice.
It's called maggots. What did you say? QAnon parrot should have had a word. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Michael Johnson, he preaches to his bigoted and racist base. And there you go.
These are grown-ass people. These are grown-ass people that if they chose to find a different source of information,
and they find entertainment in the fact that we get pissed off at them.
Yes, they do.
They're all pissed off. Libtards are pissed off. Yeah, because we hate it when idiots show themselves in our country. That your un-American bullshit, your willingness to follow a wannabe dictator, your willingness to turn your back on everything that you ever said you believed in, including your precious Jesus. You've thrown all that in the ditch every time you tell me you support Trump. Everything, all the patriotic, the eagles flying, the music in the background, the flag waving, all that with the Bible up there, fuck you. You're a lying piece of shit. And you know what none of that means.
We just want to make some progress here. And you guys want to go back to the 50s. Now, come on.
Baby,
get
they
on
want to
the-
go
you know,
farther
get
back
with
than
us
that.
here.
Let's get real. That's
Well,
what
yeah,
this
they
white
wanna go back to
Christian
slavery.
nationalism shit is about. They want to go
The
way back.
1850s.
It's sad, baby, but
And
that's
they're
what we're
just getting
fighting
in the
for.
way of progress.
That's what's on the ballot. Everything that we've talked about tonight is on the ballot this November.
Well,
Because we either stand up and start taking charge of this shit as Democrats, as reasonable people, as independents, and even conservatives that still have a brain cell left, that have given that shit up. We need to fix this country and put it on the right track, because if we don't, 24, hold on to your britches, baby. Because it runs deep. That's, I don't know. My rant today was supposed to be something else, and it turned into what it was today. Because the big picture of 24 keeps scaring the shit out of me. If we lose the Senate, if we lose the House, and Republicans, God forbid, take over, and Donnie is in the race, it's not going to matter whether Donnie wins the race or not. We could have an overwhelming
we
blue
know
wave.
what's going to happen.
It doesn't matter. The war is going to be on, and I'm afraid of what could happen, what will happen between now and 2024 if he keeps trying to raise the army he's raising, because he's not just talking to a bunch of ignorant rednecks. He's talking to some of them maggots that were in law enforcement, that were in the military, that were in positions in our system, that went for the bait too. Those are the people I worry about.
Business owners and stuff.
Cops.
I mean, I know
Back to blue,
intelligent
baby.
people that went for it.
I worry about that. I saw a story the other day about a sheriff's organization that believes Donnie got cheated. I wholeheartedly believe it. Sheriff. I got to wonder about my own sheriff. He used to be an oath keeper. These are not people of that are not of consequence. These are law officers. They're lawyers. They're fucking ex-military. These are people that
have trained skills that should they be called up to I don't know, march in the army for some orange fuckface, they would.
I'm not worried about Bubba. Bubba's going to get his AR-15 and say, "Yeah, let's go. I'm all ready." He'll ask to get shot before he gets down the road. I'm worried about yes,
and the oath keepers that were at
indeed
the
those kind of people, the militia types.
Congress building prior to the crowd getting down there.
Yeah.
They went down there first.
Y'all heard about the 3%er got sentenced, right?
Yeah.
Over 7 years, 87 months.
Didn't you get 7 years?
Over 7 years.
And his daughter came out and said that fucking Trump should be in jail.
And his son said he agreed with the verdict.
He should be in jail.
And, he was the first one. Rifley, I think his name is. He's a 3%er. He was the first guy to go up. Nope, I ain't making no plea deal. I'm going to court. Well, let's see how this works out. Well, we see. He got the maximum thrown at his ass. He was at the Capitol with a weapon, and he had a list of charges, and he thought he was going to go in there and argue it was his right.
He was the one that had the zip ties.
Yeah, the guy with the zip ties. That's right. The guy jumping over the thing with the zip ties. And it's that guy.
Yep.
7 years, 7+ years, and his family agrees with it. Said he went off the deep end. That guy was trained. That's ex-military.
Yep.
And that's what I say. I keep forgetting this asshole's name up in Missouri who's on the ticket tonight.
He had all the garb that should he had been shot at, he was going to live.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He had body armor on.
Body armor.
Oh
yeah. And he's not now. His sentence sends a signal to the rest of the ones that are still have not gone to court yet, but haven't accepted a plea deal. Now they see this guy, he's getting 7 years. I think it's going to shake the bush a little farther down. Because there's a whole shitload of these guys that they're fixing to go to court. He was just the first one. Yeah. He was just the first one, so that's what they, They wanted to make a plain example. Everybody else down the list want to start talking now? Yeah, let's do
And
that.
these are the kind of people that go and do something like the Oklahoma bombing, you know, on their
Yeah.
own. But when they're called
Dangerous.
by their fearless leader, they're going to rise. These people were ready with boats, with weapons, with
cross the river and bring
stashes,
them into D.C.
all across.
There were plans.
DC, yeah, they were ready to roll into DC and pull off a
And they weren't all called Bubba from Alabama.
No,
like I
they
said,
weren't.
these people, they come from all walks of life, including law enforcement, including, firemen and ex-military, some active duty military were there. They got their ass in a bind.
It is scary. It is scary, John.
It is. But we have an opportunity to clean house.
They're willing to do some serious damage to this country to have it back to their, make America great again era, which ain't the 1950s. It's the 1850s.
We need to clean house, baby. And the January 6th and this Department of Justice are the only two that can do it right now. The Department of Justice, I keep saying, when people debate, it's the committee coming out of Congress. They can make all the recommendations. They can make a referral. I don't really care. I want the Department of Justice to organically do it themselves because it's the right thing to do. And I think we're getting closer to that. And timing is everything. Get too close to the election, the midterms, and they're going to claim it's politically motivated. I hope this month is the month that we see some activity coming out of the Department of Justice. You wait any longer than that, it's going to get tangled up with, the election cycle, and I don't want it to do that. I want it to stand on its own. There's evidence out there the man broke the law. Let's get on with the rat killing. Because we need to either fix this shit now or it's really going to blow up in our face.
Starting to get some results in Michigan.
Are you?
Small.
Outstanding.
Well, it's like as the precincts turn in their numbers to their county officials, some of those are starting to come in. But the big one here is the governor's race. It started with 10 Republicans that wanted to run against our Democratic governor, Gretchen Whitmer, but they've knocked it down to 5 Republicans because 5 of them got disqualified for various reasons.
Really?
And but the little bit of what's going on here shows the Trump-endorsed candidate Tudor Dixon is leading in most areas at 47 to 50% so far, above everybody else of the vote. Now, like I said, the vote's really tiny, but if that holds true, she'll probably be the front runner for the Republican voting in November so far. Now, we have quite a few of some of our congressmen and different things like that. Some of them are running uncontested, and it doesn't, if it's in our area, it's Jack Bergman is the incumbent Republican. There's no other Republican running against him. We do have, Democrats that will be, but you won't know that till November, which one is. We just had to find out who's going to run against him. I think there was 2 that were running in that.
By the end of the night, we're going to find out in most of these races, just where it stands. I went to go refresh, and of course, I refreshed it on. I think this is this is the New York Times. And that line says Arizona Republicans warned fake electors plan could appear treasonous. Really? This is. I guess it's. I haven't read the story yet. That's just the headline.
It is treasonous.
Politicians involved in Donald Trump's effort to falsely claim he had won Arizona said that they feared their actions could be seen as treasonous. Emails show. So, along with the fact that they were calling it fake electors the whole time and putting smiley faces after that shit and then saying, maybe we shouldn't call it that, ha ha. Now you probably have an email saying, well, this stuff is probably treasonous. We should change names. And are you shitting me? We have a paper trail to this shit. I mean, that's what I mean. If you can't see exactly just how far this fucking shit went, it's a crime, baby. And people need to be held accountable for it. Whoever wrote that email knew the fake electors plan is treasonous, is an attempt to overthrow a democratically elected president. It's the plot thickens, baby. Every time you refresh your page, you're getting another headline on this shit. I'm really disappointed in the Department of Defense shit. That just pisses me off. Really. You're wiping your phone down. You're hiding something. I want to know what it is you're hiding.
Homeland Security can't keep their phone records.
It's the maggot. It's the Trump mold that just seeped into every bit of our government. These people, these were Trump appointees within our Defense Department, and actually 2 of them are still on duty. So, let's see what happens there.
QAnon wackadoodles.
Yeah, it's sad. It's pitiful. Anyway, there's going to be much to be seen, and so yeah, pay attention. We're going to see what happens on tonight's results on these elections, and I don't know. See who's winning within the Republican fight. Is it the conservatives or the maggots? And so that's the big story that we'll all find out tonight.
The Republicans are a hot fucking mess, and they need to clean their party up because they're the only ones that can.
I'm thinking, Bernadette, really, this little turnaround on the PACT Act that they jumped in. I think they realized the danger they're in now. That they went too far with that veterans bill, after everything else from the Miranda rights to abortion. Yeah. It's turned the tide against them, and that one really came through real fast and real loud.
Well, didn't it come down to there was one item that bothered them? What was the item?
The item they said, was
it how it was going to get paid for?
It was whether it was mandatory or discretionary.
Oh, okay.
And either way, it was dedicated
mandatory.
Funds. Yes, the Democrats
want no monetary changes.
Nothing.
To that bill.
Nothing.
It was a matter of semantics in one line that needed to be taken out, so it was, and these fuckers got their panties in a wad because of the Joe Manchin
that's the
Schumer bill that they snuck in on him, and they retaliated against the veterans. Wrong move.
Wrong move. And have no doubt that's exactly what they did.
All fucking weekend.
That's exactly what they did.
And they had to come in today and pass that shit.
Yeah, they had a miserable weekend, didn't they?
Yes,
they did.
They didn't enjoy it very much.
They fucked with veterans.
Yeah.
Okay? And the same thing's going to happen with them fucking with Roe v. Wade.
The way we handled this is the same way we have to handle other issues. Throw it up in their face. Throw it up in their face. Make them account for this shit, just like Jon Stewart did with them.
People need to know.
He got out there in their face. Nothing changed in that bill. That bill was shot down for the pure fact that Manchin signed that bill with the Democrats, and that's going to make a big part of Joe Biden's plan go forward. And the Republicans got pissed and took it out on the veterans. That's exactly what happened, and they got their ass kicked for it. So, good. But it doesn't change who they are. It doesn't. The fact that they're going to turn around and vote yes for it now does not fucking negate the fact that they pulled.
No
that's right. That they voted no for spite, and they were willing to let veterans die because they were pissed off and had their panties in a wad. That's who they are. We support the troops like everything else a Republican puts on their car is a fucking bumper sticker, and that's all.
We're already a man children.
Excuse me.
Well, it's just like when they play that game with balancing the budget and shutting down, the government.
Yep.
And all the employees that don't get paid the whole time, they're sitting on their ass. Yeah.
Yep.
Seen that too many times.
They'll hurt anybody for their own sake. Anyway,
Yep.
let me make a couple. Hold on. I know what it is.
There goes another lung.
It's my body saying, "Go ahead, find a cigarette." No,
No,
no, I'm not.
cigarette.
I'm not. No, I know what it is.
Find a cheese doodle
I
instead.
gotta go. I'm eating shit out the wazoo. Everything I eat.
John,
Yes, sir.
let's be honest, the Republican Party is a party of man-children.
There are a bunch of traitors in my book. I've gone past man
The
children. I've gone
Republican
down to
Party is a
if you're
party
still
of old
reporting.
white men that wanted to go back to being 1850 again.
Ooh. Yes, they would be happy with that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Let me send out a big thank you to Leanne Geyer, who came in with a $20 donation and said, Blue Wave 2022, save democracy. That's what we're about, baby, and that's our job. Thank you, Leanne. And Mark Hankins come in with a $2 donation through Super Chat. Mark, thank you very much. I appreciate it tremendously, and it is our job, baby. Don't have no doubt any at all. That's our job, to save democracy. Because if we don't, this could very well be the last free and fair election you're ever going to see in this country. It's this midterm. Be written in the history books, baby, some futuristic thing. That this will be the last time that we, the people, actually had a voice. Because so get your ass out there. It's that important. You let them take over the Senate and the House, they're going to be passing laws all across. They got the Supreme Court. Are you ready? Are you ready for a white bonnet and a red, cape? Or whatever the fuck else they want to dream up over your ass? Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm willing to fight, baby, so get your ass out there. I want to thank this is screwing me up a little bit. As if there hadn't been enough shit screw me up today, we did change my screens around to where I have the Discord right here next to the camera, so I could see it better if somebody raises their hand. But now I'm used to looking to my right to see it, now it's here, so anyway. It's always something to screw me up. Anyway, Catman56, buddy, are you in there? You've been in there quiet all night, brother.
He's muted.
Yeah, he's muted up. Well,
But
Keith,
he's got his ears on.
he
before.
might be listening in and had to go do something. Keith, I'm glad you was here anyway, brother. Asgard, thank you very much for coming in. We appreciate it.
It was nice to be
Take
here.
care of Spock for us.
Always.
Listening in on the wonderful conversation.
There's Keith.
I have conversations about the Trump and the followers of the Kool-Aid drinkers.
Yep.
But I will be nice and hold my tongue.
You're such a nice
But
guy.
I will say it's fucking treason.
That's what it is, brother. And we're just doing our patriotic duty to point it out. You bunch of anti-American pukes, take your fucking Fox shit and shove it up your ass. That's what I prefer to say. Anyway, Keith, thank you for being here, brother. Take care of yourself.
You too, my man.
All right.
You take care of yourself.
Oh, I will, brother. I will. I'm fine. As long as I don't get hit in the face by a dog again, I'll be good. My nose is still sore, man. I'm telling you, what a way to wake up. I swear I cleaned it all up, but I should have left all that blood out there and just let Marsha walk into it. Would have. Anyway, Jorge, thank you, brother, for coming in. I know it. She would kill me.
As always, a pleasure. I plan to see you in October.
Outstanding. Outstanding. I'm looking forward to it. Going to be at the park?
Heading your way.
Outstanding. I know.
Probably.
Bring the beer. You know what
Will
beer
do.
All right. Brother. He knows what beer.
You know I will.
I know you will. I'll bring my
I know.
glass. I'll bring my glass.
John, are you coming up to
All right, man. We love you, brother.
We love you back. What was that, Keith?
Are you coming up to Minnesota anytime soon?
Yeah, I was planning on coming up next week. No, brother, I wish. Right now, I wish I could. Shit, it was 97 degrees. It was 103 in my fucking shop. When I stuck
Just
my head
don't
in my
do it
shop,
in
I'd never
February,
seen the
John.
103. I went, oh, fuck, I ain't going in there.
It's like minus 95 if you go in February.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I wish I could, though. I really do, Keith, because here's why. I've been to a lot of parts of this country, but the one part I have not been is the northern woods. And my wife used to watch a show. What was that show? Shit. It had a coach in it, and
I
lived up.
got a clip I can share with you of my immediate neighborhood. I'll try to get it to you.
I'd love it. I'd love to see it. I just, the Land of Lakes up there, that area,
There you go.
that whole thing. Like to see it.
Minnehaha Falls.
See?
Like 40 blocks. from
Minnehaha, they got names like that,
Minnehaha.
obvious Indian names,
But you haven't
Native
seen
American
anything until you've seen the
names
Great
that
Lakes.
you would recognize. I don't know. A lot of rich history, no matter where you go in this country. Everything's got something to look at except, well, even they got something to look at. Corn. I keep thinking of when we was passing through Iowa. I kept telling my kids, hey, look at this, look. And they'd jump up to the window, Travis and Tyler. What?
It's corn.
Corn. Yeah, Dad. That's funny. I'd wait another 20 minutes. Well, there's something to see. What? Hey, corn. Lots of corn. Anyway, don't think there aren't beautiful parts of Iowa. There are, indeed. Anyway, let me see. Mr. Chick, thank you for coming in, darling. I appreciate it tremendously.
You're welcome, as always.
And we'll look forward to your return. And Bernadette, thank you, baby. Always
Yes, sir.
appreciate it. Thank you for coming
Not
in.
a problem.
I gotta
Y'all
get.
stay safe and stay blessed out there.
That's what we got to do, baby, and get
We
ready
got
to buck.
work to do.
We got work to
That's
do.
right.
We got good trouble to get into.
Vote
Anyway,
in November.
get ready, baby. Anyway, y'all take care of yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the Blue Dots in our YouTube, our Facebook channel, our TikTok, anywhere else on Twitter that you see this. We appreciate your participation in it. Anyway, try to put a smile on your face tomorrow and get through it. Try to put a smile on somebody else's face. It'll make you feel better anyway. Y'all say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you all again here Thursday night for another Blue Dot family meeting. I'm so glad y'all are here. Take care, and we'll